Hello, children. How are you all doing? Okay, I hope you all are doing fine and very excited for today's video as well. Okay, so we already learned the vocabulary, the glossary terms in the previous video on the lesson. Yes, journey by train. So, in this video, we will be seeing what? Yeah, the prose itself. So let us get into the prose journey by train. Okay, I hope you all have your phones watching this video. You better. Okay, so this journey by train is an extract from Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. So, this journey by train is a small extract. It's not the whole book. It is a very small portion taken from the book Around the World in 80 Days. Here, let us see the characters that are involved in this prose. Okay, there are three characters. Let us see their names and who they are. Mr. Phileas Fogg stands first. He is looking at everyone. He is looking everywhere. Okay. He is an Englishman. Okay. Who is Mr. Phileas Fogg? Mr. Phileas Fogg is an Englishman. Okay. The second fellow who is staring at you in the screen is Sir Francis Cromarty. This Sir Francis Cromarty is one of the friends of Mr. Phileas Fogg. He is Mr. Phileas Fogg's friend. Yes. What about the third one? He looks confused, right? Okay. He is Passepartout. And Passepartout is Mr. Fogg's French attendant. So he be like, Monsieur, Mademoiselle, je suis Passepartout. Okay. So he speaks French. And all these characters are going to be in the prose. So you better know their names. Who are the names? Who are the people that I just mentioned? Mr. Phileas Fogg, Sir Francis Cromarty, and Passepartout. Yes, very good, children. You're paying good attention to the prose lesson. And you can see the railways there. So this is the period when the railways were introduced in India, in our country. Passepartout and Sir Phileas Fogg embarked on a voyage, which is travel or journey, to accomplish something great, to travel around the world in 80 days. So when they came to India, they went to certain places in India. Okay, so we will be seeing about that in this prose. And yes, railways were introduced in India at that period of time. Everything started normally. All the passengers were seated in the train. And this Mr. Phileas Fogg and Passepartout were also seated in the train. Let us see who do they see in the train. They see someone very familiar. Okay, they see someone very familiar. They are looking at that person and thinking, yes, I know this person. Who he is? Okay, what are they telling? Yes, I know this person. Who he is? So when they looked closely, they saw, yes, Sir Francis Cromarty. They saw Sir Francis Cromarty. Yes. How did Mr. Fogg and Francis Cromarty become friends? Let's read what's written there. On his way to Bombay, on Mr. Fogg's way to Bombay, he befriended Sir Francis Cromarty on ship Mongolia. So on ship Mongolia, they became friends. Okay. And all three of them started their voyage in the train together, and they passed through bridges. I hope you all know what is a bridge. And they passed through island of Salsette. And as they proceeded, they met this amazing place. They saw this amazing place called Nasik. Can you see the snow up there? Yes, Nasik is located in the northern part of India, and that is the coldest place. You might not want to go there. Okay. And they also saw Khandesh, which is a fertile territory full of plants, animals, and everything that is considered to be fertile. Can you see the boy planting there? Yes, he wants to grow more trees and plants with his mom. And the streams of river Godavari watered this fertile territory. How beautiful the nature is, right, in India. And the train moved forward, and this person, who is a Pasapatu, was sitting there in the train, looking through the window. What he can see? Yes, the scenery, the things around him. Yeah. He saw the stream, okay, the steam coming from the train, puffing up the plants, okay, clove plant, nutmeg plant, pepper plant, cotton plant, and coffee plant, okay. And he also saw beautiful architecture, Indian architecture, the buildings, the houses, the temples, and he was very excited about that. They kept proceeding and they stopped in the horizon. Okay, in the horizon, they passed through. They saw tigers, snakes, and elephant. And this particular elephant, it gazed at the train, looking very sadly. Probably it wanted to get inside the train, which is impossible, children. No, the train will be broken. No, we are not going to let the elephant climb on the train. When they reached Burhampur, all of them made breakfast for them and their families. Can you see their curry is boiling? There is biryani and all types of vegetables and meat. There they cooked because they were very hungry. And at one point of time, they reached forest of dates and acacias. What are acacias? Good. Thorny trees. They are acacias. In the middle of nowhere, they stopped, and all the passengers started getting out of the train. Whereas these three people, Sir Francis, Fogg, and Passepartout, were confused. They did not know why did the train stop in the middle of somewhere, in the middle of nowhere. And they said, "This is Hamlet of Colby. All the passengers are requested to get out of the train." So everyone got out except these three. And this man, Sir Francis, was very angry. He shouted at the conductor saying, "You said, the newspapers in this country said, the new railways are being opened and the tickets will be from Bombay to Calcutta. The train will be carrying the passengers from Bombay to Calcutta. But why haven't you taken us to Calcutta?" Then the conductor said, "Sir, no, the newspapers must have mistaken." And then this man, Sir Francis, became very angry. He looked at Mr. Phileas Fogg and said, "Mr. Phileas Fogg, you know this is an adventure that you are taking, and if you fail to do so, you might have to see the consequences." But Mr. Phileas Fogg said, "I have come prepared because I know barriers would come our way. So let us wait patiently and see for some other alternatives." So this Phileas Fogg looked at Sir Francis and Passepartout and said, "Let us go on foot," which means walking. But they did not agree, especially Passepartout, since Passepartout got an Indian slippers for himself. He thought, "No, I'm not going to go with Mr. Phileas Fogg because my footwear will be worn out." Okay, his fear of his footwear. Okay, because he got it new. I hope you also will do that. Okay, because when we get something new, we just tend to safeguard that thing. I know you children will do that. So this Passepartout went inside the village and saw for an alternative that can take them to their destiny. And then there he saw this beautiful elephant called Kiyoyuni. And the owner of the elephant came along with Passepartout to talk the price with Mr. Phileas Fogg. And Mr. Phileas Fogg told the elephant owner that he would offer him 10 pounds, 20 pounds 40 pounds, 1000 pounds, and yes, 1200 pounds, 1500 pounds, 1800 pounds. And the man, the owner of the elephant, said no, no, no. He just kept nodding his head, no. Then finally, Mr. Phileas Fogg had an idea. Okay, let me give you 2000. Will you lend your elephant to us? He asked. Then the elephant driver was very happy because he wanted the money, right? So he said, okay, you can take the elephant. And the elephant was sold. Okay. So these three people had an advantage. What was the advantage? The advantage is they did not only get an elephant, but they also got a driver to ride the elephant. They were very happy about that. And the driver of the elephant sat on top of the elephant, made ready the howdahs on which all three of them would be sitting, and he also made sure the elephant was well enough to walk. Then all of them sat. On the either side of the howdah sat Mr. Phileas Fogg and Sir Francis Cromarty, and in the middle sat Passepartout with his new slippers, Indian slippers, and in the front sat the elephant rider to ride the elephant. So that is the end of the story. So now I'm going to ask you certain questions. Let me see if you can answer them. Okay. What is the name of the elephant? Very good. The name of the elephant is Kyouni. I hope you all were paying attention to the lesson, because if you didn't have to, you would not have been able to answer. But since you listened to the class, now you are able to answer. Yes. The second question is, for how many pounds did the man yield Kyouni to Mr. Fogg? For how many pounds did the man yield Kyouni to Mr. Fogg? Very good, 2000 pounds, and the elephant was sold. Very good, children. Great job. You answered the questions very well. I did not quite expect that from you, but you did a great job. Okay, a round of applause and a high five to every one of you. Okay, children, I hope this lesson was interesting as I introduced it to you. I hope it was adventurous, and you can also read that book, Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne, if you're interested to read more about this. And goodbye, children. I will see you in the next class. I hope this class, yes, was understandable and interesting. Thank you, children. Goodbye.